The phone slips from my grip, clattering against my desk. Mia's words echo in my head, each syllable a dagger twisting deeper. You're done with us. Enjoy your empty life. I'm Sutton, and until 30 seconds ago, I thought I had everything figured out. The corner office with its floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking Seattle's skyline used to feel like a throne room. Now, it's just a glass cage where my world is shattering. Hello? Sutton, did you hear what I said? Mia's voice crackles through the speaker. My fingers tremble as I pick up the phone. Say it again. My voice sounds foreign, hollow. Ryan and I are in love. We've been seeing each other for months. He's leaving you. I press my palm against the cool glass, watching my breath fog the surface. Below, people scurry like ants, oblivious to the fact that my best friend just confessed to sleeping with my husband. Where is he now? Packing his things from your house. She pauses, and I can almost see her signature smirk. He couldn't bear to tell you himself, said you'd probably be too busy with work to notice anyway. The laugh that escapes me is sharp enough to cut glass. Coward. Look, I didn't have to tell you myself. I could have let you figure it out when... When what, Mia? When you posted your first couple selfie on Instagram? How considerate of you. My free hand finds the framed photo on my desk. Ryan and me at our wedding 3 years ago. His arms around my waist, both of us laughing at something Mia had said behind the camera. Mia, my maid of honor. Mia, who'd helped plan every detail of that day. You brought this on yourself, she continues. All those late nights at the office, the missed anniversaries, the constant phone calls during dinner. Ryan needed someone who could actually see him. And you needed someone who could fund your champagne lifestyle? The words taste like acid. Tell me, does Ryan know about the credit card debt you've been hiding? Silence crackles between us. That's what I thought. I set the frame face down. You really should be more careful with your passwords, Mia. You had no right? Like you had no right to fuck my husband? A notification pops up on my computer screen. An email from Ryan. Subject line: I'm sorry. Delete. It wasn't planned, Mia says, her voice softening with fake sympathy. These things just happen sometimes. No, they don't just happen. They're orchestrated, calculated. Like all those times you convinced me to stay late at work, saying you'd keep Ryan company at dinner. My fingers curl into a fist. How long have you been planning this? Sutton, how long? Since the day your company went public. The pretense drops from her voice. You want to know why? Because you stopped being my friend that day. You became this untouchable CEO who thought she was better than everyone else. Ryan saw it too. I close my eyes, remembering the champagne we'd shared that night, how Mia had hugged me and whispered, "You deserve all of this." Now I understand what she really meant. You're right about one thing, I say, my voice steady despite the storm raging inside. I am better than everyone else, and you've just made the biggest mistake of your life. Is that a threat? No, Mia, it's a promise. I end the call and stand up, smoothing my skirt. Through the glass walls, I can see my employees working, their faces illuminated by computer screens. My empire, my strength. I pick up the wedding photo and drop it in the trash. Then I open my laptop and begin typing, emergency board meeting, agenda, immediate termination of Ryan's contract. This is just the beginning. They think they know me. They have no idea what I'm capable of. My phone buzzes. A text from my sister Emma. Just heard. Coming over tonight. Don't do anything rash. Too late for that. The game has already begun. Emma's presence fills my empty house like a warm blanket, but I can't stop staring at the spaces where Ryan's things used to be. The bare walls where his photography once hung, the empty side of the closet, the vacant spot where his laptop always sat. You need to eat something, Emma says, sliding a plate of takeout across the kitchen island. I push it away. I need to work. The board meeting's tomorrow. Firing him won't make you feel better. No? I pull up the security footage on my tablet. Watch this. The video shows Ryan and Mia in the office kitchen 3 weeks ago. Their bodies too close, her hand lingering on his arm, both of them laughing at some private joke. My stomach churns as I remember walking in moments later, how they'd sprung apart, how Mia had immediately launched into a story about her latest dating disaster. They were playing me for months, I say, pausing the frame on their guilty faces, right under my nose. Emma reaches over and closes the tablet cover. You're torturing yourself. I'm gathering evidence. For what? Your revenge fantasy? She leans forward, her eyes searching mine. This isn't you, Sutton. You're not vindictive. A bitter laugh escapes me. Maybe that's why they thought they could get away with it. My phone buzzes. Another email from Ryan. Third one today. All unread, all bearing the same desperate subject line. Please let me explain. He's trying to reach you, Emma says, noticing my expression. He had plenty of chances to talk. Like all those nights, I came home late to find him already asleep. Or pretending to be. I stand up, pacing the kitchen. You know what the worst part is? Last month, when I was working on the merger, Mia kept telling me to stay focused, that Ryan understood. She was literally pushing me out of my own marriage. Have you talked to Lucas about this? My therapist? Please. He'd just tell me to process my feelings or some other useless advice. I stop at the window, watching a couple walk hand in hand down the street. I don't need to process anything. I need to act. Emma's phone chimes. She glances at it, then quickly looks away, but not before I catch her expression. What is it? Nothing. Emma. She hesitates, then turns her phone toward me. It's an Instagram post from Mia, her and Ryan at their favorite restaurant, his arm around her shoulders. The caption reads, "Sometimes the wrong path leads you to the right person." New beginnings. The rage that floods through me is cold and clarifying. 300 people have liked that post. 300 people who know my husband left me for my best friend. Social media isn't real life. No, but reputation is everything in this industry. I grab my laptop, opening my email. Ryan doesn't just lose his job tomorrow. He loses his entire career. No design firm in Seattle will touch him after I'm done. And Mia? Oh, I have special plans for Mia. I pull up her credit card statements, the ones I shouldn't have access to but do. Did you know she's been charging $1,000 dinners to her company card, claiming client meetings that never happened? Emma stands up abruptly. Stop. Just stop. You're talking about destroying people's lives. They destroyed mine first. No, they hurt you, badly, but you're still standing. Your company's still thriving. Don't let their betrayal turn you into someone you're not. My fingers hover over the keyboard. For a moment, I see myself through Emma's eyes, hunched over my laptop in my dark kitchen, plotting revenge while my dinner grows cold. When did I become this person? Then my phone buzzes again. Another notification. Ryan and Mia tagged at a weekend getaway spot. Our weekend getaway spot. You should go home, I tell Emma, my voice steady. I have work to do. She gathers her things slowly, reluctantly. At the door, she turns back. Just remember, whatever you do next, you have to live with it, and so do I. After she leaves, I sit in the silence of my empty house, surrounded by the ghosts of my marriage. On my screen, the evidence of their betrayal glows like a beacon. Emma's right, I'm not vindictive. But maybe it's time I learned to be. I open a new document and start typing. Board meeting agenda, immediate security concerns, and corporate espionage review. By morning, Ryan won't know what hit him. And that's just the beginning. The board meeting ends exactly as planned. Ryan's termination is unanimous. His security access revoked before he even knows what's happening. I watch through my office window as security escorts him out, box of belongings in his arms. He looks up, meets my eyes. I don't look away. My phone lights up with an incoming call from Lucas, third one this week. I silence it, turning instead to my laptop where I've been running data recovery software on Ryan's company devices. That's when I find them, hundreds of deleted messages between him and Mia dating back 8 months. I start reading, each message like swallowing broken glass. S is working late again. Come over? Missing you already. Yesterday was perfect. We need to be careful. She's getting suspicious. Don't worry, I know exactly how to handle her. The timestamps tell their own story. Messages sent during our anniversary dinner when Ryan claimed food poisoning. During the weekend, I was closing the merger. During my father's funeral. A knock at my door. Emma enters without waiting for a response. You couldn't even give him a chance to resign? I keep scrolling through messages. He gave up that chance when he started sleeping with my best friend in my house. The board meeting was overkill. Everyone's talking. Good. I turn the laptop toward her. Read these. Tell me if you still think I'm being harsh. She glances at the screen, then away. I can't. It feels wrong. Wrong? Like planning to leave your wife while she's burying her father? My voice cracks. Look at the date on that message, Emma. He was with her the night before the funeral, the night I needed him most. Emma sinks into a chair, her face pale. I didn't know. Neither did I. But Mia knew everything. She was playing both sides, pushing us apart while pretending to help. I pull up another window. Want to know what else I found? She's been embezzling from her company for months. Designer clothes, luxury hotels, all charged to her corporate card under fake client meetings. How did you get access to... Does it matter? I stand up, pacing. She's been living beyond her means, trying to keep up with some image. And Ryan... God, Ryan's been helping her cover it up. They're perfect for each other. Both liars, both cheats. My phone buzzes again. A text from Mia. We need to talk, in person. Emma reads it over my shoulder. Don't go. Why not? I'd love to hear her explain these expense reports to her boss. I grab my coat. Or maybe I'll ask about the offshore account she opened last month. Sutton, stop. Emma grabs my arm. You're starting to scare me. This isn't justice, it's obsession. I shake her off. You don't understand. This isn't just about the affair. They plotted this, Emma. Every time Mia convinced me to work late, every time she offered to keep Ryan company, she was orchestrating this, and I let her. So what's your end game? Destroy their lives? Then what? My phone chimes with an email alert. It's from Ryan's personal account, sent to his entire contact list, including our mutual friends and industry connections. Subject: the truth about Sutton. I open it, my hands shaking. I need to tell my side of the story. Sutton isn't the victim she pretends to be. Ask her about the company's real financial statements. Ask her what really happened to her last partner. The blood drains from my face. He wouldn't dare. What's he talking about? Emma asks. I close the email, my mind racing. Nothing. He's desperate, trying to save his reputation. But we both know it's more than that. Ryan knows things. Things I've never told anyone, not even Emma. Things that could destroy everything I've built. Whatever he's threatening, Emma says quietly. Is it worth all this? I look at my sister's worried face, then at my phone where Mia's message still waits for a response. Finally, at my computer screen, where the evidence of their betrayal mingles with dangerous secrets of my own. You should go, I tell Emma. I need to handle this. She hesitates at the door. Promise me you won't do anything reckless. I don't answer. We both know it's too late for that. After she leaves, I send a text to Mia. Café Noir. 1 hour. Come alone. It's time to find out just how much they think they know, and what they plan to do with that information. The game has changed. Now it's not just about revenge, it's about survival. Café Noir's dim lighting can't hide Mia's nervousness as she slides into the booth across from me. Her designer outfit screams new money, money I know she doesn't have. You look terrible, she says, studying my face. Betrayal does that. I push a folder across the table. Interesting expense reports. She doesn't open it. Ryan's email. Is it true? Which part? The lies about the company finances or the vague threats about my past? Don't play games, Sutton. We both know what happened to David. The name hits me like a physical blow. I haven't heard it spoken aloud in years. My former business partner, the one who disappeared right before our company went public. Careful, Mia. I keep my voice steady. You're stepping into dangerous territory. Am I? Because Ryan found some interesting documents in the old company files, things that don't add up. My phone vibrates. A text from Emma. Where are you? Call me now. I ignore it. What exactly does Ryan think he knows? Enough to make the board very interested. Mia leans forward. But we can make this all go away. You back off, let Ryan keep his reputation in the industry, and these documents stay buried. A waiter approaches. We both sit back, fake smiles in place. Just water, I tell him. She was leaving. Actually, Mia says, I'll have a champagne. Might as well celebrate my leverage. After he leaves, I open my laptop. Before you get too comfortable, take a look at this. I turn the screen toward her. Her face pales as she recognizes her own bank statements, the transfers to offshore accounts, the falsified client meetings. How did you... The same way Ryan accessed those old files. Amazing what people leave unprotected. I close the laptop. So here's my counteroffer. You and Ryan disappear. No social media, no industry contacts, no attempts to expose anything. Or I send these to your boss, the IRS, and every news outlet in Seattle. Her champagne arrives. She doesn't touch it. You wouldn't. Try me. I stand up. Oh, and Mia? That offshore account you opened? It's already frozen. Funny how quick banks act when they suspect fraud. You psychotic bitch. Her composed facade cracks. This is why Ryan left you. You're empty inside, just like David said. I smile, but it feels more like baring teeth. Be careful what stories you believe, Mia. Some of them have very unhappy endings. My phone buzzes again. Emma, then Lucas, then Emma again. Something's wrong. Think about my offer, I say, gathering my things. You have 24 hours. Outside, the evening air does nothing to cool my racing thoughts. I finally check Emma's messages. Ryan's at my house. He's showing me things about David. What did you do, Sutton? This can't be true. My hands shake as I call her, straight to voicemail. A text from an unknown number pops up. Remember the night David confronted you about the missing funds? I do. R. The world tilts sideways. That night. The argument in the office. The accident that wasn't really an accident. I flag down a taxi, giving Emma's address. As we drive, more messages flood in. From Mia. You're not the only one with evidence. From Ryan. The truth always comes out. From Emma. Don't come here. I can't even look at you right now. The taxi driver glances in the rearview mirror. You okay, lady? You're looking pale. I catch my reflection in the window. A stranger stares back, someone haunted and dangerous. When did I become this person? My phone rings again. Lucas. This time I answer. Where are you? He asks without preamble. Handling things. Stop. Whatever you're planning, stop. Come to my office. I can't. Emma is safe. She called me. But you won't be if you don't end this now. I hang up, watching the city lights blur past. They think they can threaten me. They have no idea what I'm capable of, what I've already done. The taxi pulls up to Emma's house. Through the window I see them, Ryan, Emma, heads bent over documents. My sister looks up, meets my eyes. The horror in her expression tells me everything. My phone buzzes one final time, a message from David's old number. Miss me? The game isn't just about revenge anymore. It's about survival, and I've had practice at both. 3 days after Emma stopped answering my calls, Mia's carefully constructed world starts crumbling. Her company's internal audit reveals the fraudulent expenses. Her social media accounts mysteriously leak private messages about her affair with Ryan. Her credit cards get declined at her favorite restaurants. I watch it all through the security cameras I've gained access to, through the bank notifications I've intercepted, through the panicked texts she sends Ryan. Someone's destroying us, she writes, and we both know who. I take another sip of coffee, my third cup since midnight, and continue typing. One keystroke, and Ryan's design portfolio vanishes from his professional website. Another, and his client testimonials disappear. By morning, his reputation in the industry will be radioactive. My phone rings, Lucas again. I silence it, but not before seeing his text. David's case is being reopened. The words send ice through my veins. On my laptop screen, a news alert pops up. Tech entrepreneur's disappearance. New evidence emerges. A knock at my office door makes me jump. It's Emma. You look terrible, she says, stepping inside without invitation. What are you doing here? stopping you from making things worse. She places a manila envelope on my desk. Ryan showed me everything about David. The missing funds, the argument, the security footage from that night. My fingers curl around my coffee cup. And you believe him? I don't know what to believe anymore. She sinks into a chair. The sister I know wouldn't what? Protect everything she'd built? The coffee scalds my throat. David was going to destroy us. He would have taken everything. So you destroyed him first? Before I can answer, my computer chimes. An email from Mia to her entire professional network. The truth about Sutton Chen, a story of fraud and murder. Emma reads it over my shoulder. Jesus, Sutton, what have you done? What I had to. I open my drawer, pull out a USB drive. Just like I'm doing now. What's that? Insurance. I plug it in, start uploading files. Every dirty secret, every hidden transaction, every lie they've ever told. By morning, Mia and Ryan won't have a reputation left to salvage. And what about your reputation? Emma grabs my wrist. Your company? Your life? They started this. No, you escalated it. The affair was bad enough, but this? She gestures at my screens. You're not just destroying them, you're destroying yourself. My phone buzzes. A text from an unknown number. Parking garage, 20 minutes. Come alone, or David's autopsy photos go public. Emma sees it. Don't go. I have to. I stand, gathering my things. They want to play hardball? Fine, I invented the game. This isn't a game. Emma blocks the door. Ryan showed me the security footage. I saw what happened with David. Please, just stop. Turn yourself in before... Before what? Before I lose everything? I laugh, but it sounds hollow. I already have. Now I'm just making sure they lose everything too. Then you'll lose me as well. Her voice breaks. I can't watch you become this person. Another text. 15 minutes. Clock's ticking. I move past Emma toward the door. She grabs my arm one last time. Whatever happened with David, she whispers. Whatever you did, it's not too late to make different choices now. For a moment, I see myself through her eyes. Sleepless, obsessed, dangerous. When did revenge become more important than redemption? But then my phone lights up with another message, this time from Ryan. Time to face your past, Sutton, just like David did. I'm sorry, I tell Emma, pulling away. Some choices can't be unmade. In the elevator down to the parking garage, I check the USB upload, 89% complete. By the time they realize what I've done, it'll be too late. Their lives will be in ruins, just like mine. The garage is dark, quiet. My heels echo on concrete as I walk deeper into the shadows. Somewhere ahead, answers wait. Or maybe just more questions. My phone buzzes one final time. A message from David's old number. Ready for a reunion? I straighten my spine, check my weapon, and step forward into the darkness. They want to expose my secrets? Fine. Let's see if they can survive their own. The parking garage echoes with footsteps that aren't mine. I grip my phone tighter, its screen illuminating a message I've read 20 times. Level P3, space 23. The same spot where David confronted me 3 years ago. They're both waiting. Mia perched on the hood of her luxury car, Ryan standing beside her with his arms crossed. The security camera above them is dark. Of course. Dramatic choice of location, I say, stopping just out of reach. We thought it was fitting. Mia's smile is razor sharp. Given the history. Ryan holds up a USB drive. Complete copy of the security footage from that night. The real footage, not the edited version you submitted to the police. My throat tightens. You're bluffing. The camera caught everything, Sutton. His voice cracks. The argument about the missing millions, the push, the way you watched him fall. He was stealing from us. He was exposing your fraud, Mia cuts in, just like we're about to do. A door slams somewhere above us. Footsteps echo. My hand inches toward my purse, toward the gun inside. Don't, Ryan warns. Emma's already at the police station with copies of everything. The betrayal hits like a physical blow. Emma wouldn't. She did, after I showed her the truth. He steps forward. It's over, Sutton. The carefully constructed lie you've been living, it ends tonight. My phone buzzes. A news alert. Breaking, new evidence in tech entrepreneur's death. CEO under investigation. How does it feel? Mia slides off the car. Watching your perfect life collapse? That's what you did to us. Destroyed my career, Ryan's reputation. After you destroyed my marriage. Your marriage? She laughs. You destroyed that yourself. All those nights working late, building your empire on stolen money and lies. Ryan was just collateral damage in your grand ambition. Like David? Ryan adds quietly. The garage feels smaller suddenly, the shadows deeper. I hear Emma's voice in my head. It's not too late to make different choices. But it is. It has been since that night with David. What do you want? My voice sounds foreign, desperate. A confession. Ryan holds up his phone, recording. The truth about David, about the company's finances, about everything. Or the footage goes public in 10 minutes. Mia checks her watch. Tick-tock. Another set of footsteps echoes through the garage, multiple sets, getting closer. Time's up, I say, reaching for my purse. Don't. Ryan lunges forward. Everything happens at once. My purse drops, spilling contents across the concrete. Mia screams. Ryan grabs my arm, and through the chaos, a familiar voice. Sutton, stop! Emma emerges from the shadows, Lucas beside her. Behind them, police officers move into position. You brought the police? Mia backs away. No, Emma says. I brought help, because this needs to end before someone else gets hurt. Lucas steps forward, hands raised. Sutton, listen to me. Whatever happened with David. Shut up! My voice echoes off concrete walls. All of you, just shut up! My phone lights up again. Another news alert. Then another. The story's breaking. Everything I built, everything I protected, crumbling in real time. It wasn't supposed to be like this, I whisper. No, Emma agrees, moving closer. But it's not too late to tell the truth. I look at them all. Ryan, who I loved and lost. Mia, whose betrayal started this spiral. Emma, trying to save me from myself. Lucas, who saw this coming but couldn't stop it. The truth. Such a simple word for such a complicated thing. My phone buzzes one final time. A message from David's number. Time's up. But it's not David. It never was. The number traces back to Ryan's phone. His final manipulation. His way of pushing me toward this moment. Okay, I say quietly. You want the truth? About David? About everything? Emma steps forward, hope in her eyes. Yes. I straighten my spine, smooth my skirt. CEO to the end. Then you should know. A gunshot echoes through the garage, and everything goes dark. The fluorescent lights of the hospital room buzz like angry wasps. My shoulder throbs where the bullet grazed me, but it's nothing compared to the pain of seeing David sitting in the chair beside my bed. You're supposed to be dead, I whisper. He looks older, thinner, but unmistakably alive. Disappointed? Before I can respond, Emma appears in the doorway, followed by Lucas. Their faces are masks of concern and something else. Resignation. You knew, I say to Emma, all this time? I found him 6 months ago. She won't meet my eyes. Living in Vancouver under a new name, he told me everything. Not everything. David leans forward. You never told them about the second set of books, did you, Sutton? About how you were the one embezzling funds, not me. The heart monitor betrays my spike in anxiety. You were going to destroy everything we built. I was going to expose your fraud. His calm facade cracks. You weren't just cooking the books. You were stealing from our investors, our employees. I had proof. So you faked your death? My laugh sounds hysterical. Let me think I'd killed you? You tried to kill me. He touches his temple where a scar disappears into his hairline. The fall should have done it. When it didn't, I saw an opportunity to gather evidence, to watch you dig your own grave. The door opens again. Ryan and Mia enter, followed by two police detectives. The shooting wasn't random, Ryan says quietly. It was a warning shot from David's security team to stop you from running. My world narrows to pinpoints of clarity. David alive, Emma's betrayal, Ryan and Mia's manipulation, all of it orchestrated, an elaborate trap 3 years in the making. You used my marriage, I say to Mia. My trust? No, she steps forward. You destroyed your marriage yourself. Ryan came to me after finding discrepancies in the company finances. We needed to get close enough to prove what David had suspected. The detective moves closer. Mrs. Chen, we have questions about the night of March 15th, 3 years ago. I want my lawyer. Your lawyer's already been arrested. David stands. The whole house of cards is falling, Sutton. The SEC is investigating. The board has called an emergency meeting. It's over. Nothing's over. I reach for my phone, but Emma holds it up. Looking for this? I already disabled the dead man's switch you set up. The files you were going to release about Mia and Ryan? Deleted. My last leverage? Gone. I close my eyes, seeing the empire I built crumbling around me. Why now? Because of what you did to Ryan, David says. Using our old playbook against innocent people? That crossed a line. Innocent? I look at Ryan, at Mia. They betrayed me. To expose a murderer, Ryan counters. Everything else, the affair, the social media drama, it was staged to push you into making mistakes. And it worked. The detective steps forward with handcuffs. Mrs. Chen, you're under arrest for attempted murder, fraud. Wait. Emma moves to my bedside. There's another way. Tell the truth, Sutton. All of it. Help the investigation. Maybe what? I go to prison for slightly less time? I laugh, but it comes out as a sob. You were supposed to be on my side. I am. That's why I helped stop you before you killed someone else. The truth hits harder than the bullet. I've lost everything. My company, my freedom, my sister's loyalty. Even my revenge was just another manipulation. Fine. I hold out my wrists. You want the truth? About the fraud? About David? About everything? They all lean in. David, Emma, Ryan, Mia, the detectives, waiting for confession or justification or perhaps just an ending to this 3-year game. I look at each of them, these players in my tragedy. The truth is, I'd do it all again. Because none of you understand what it takes to build something from nothing, to protect it at any cost. The handcuffs click shut. That's where you're wrong, David says quietly. We understood perfectly. That's why we had to stop you. As they lead me out, Emma touches my arm one last time. Was it worth it, all this revenge? I don't answer, but in the reflection of the hospital window, I finally see myself clearly. Not a victim, not a hero, but something far more dangerous. A monster of my own making. The prison visiting room smells like industrial cleaner and stale coffee. Emma sits across from me, her fingers tracing patterns on the metal table between us. Neither of us has spoken for 5 minutes. The board approved the merger, she finally says. David's running things now. I nod, unsurprised. My empire, built from nothing, now belongs to the man I tried to kill. Poetic justice. Ryan and Mia broke up, she continues. Turns out their relationship wasn't quite as fake as they claimed. Real feelings developing during a long con? I almost smile. How inconvenient. Lucas asked about you. My therapist? The one who helped set me up? He was trying to prevent exactly this. Emma gestures at my prison uniform. We all were. The guard shifts in the corner, checking his watch. Our time is running out. Why are you here, Emma? She pulls an envelope from her bag. They found this in David's old office, behind a loose panel. She slides it across the table. It's the original contract, the one that proves he was embezzling funds before you ever touched the books. My hands shake as I open it. The evidence that could have saved me, hidden away all this time. Does anyone else know? No, and it doesn't matter now. The statute of limitations expired last month. Of course it did. Another perfect move in David's perfect game. What do you want me to do with this? Nothing. Emma takes the envelope back. I just wanted you to know that you weren't completely wrong about David, about the company. You were just wrong about how to handle it. The guard steps forward. Time's up. I stand, but Emma grabs my hand. I found Mom's old journals, the ones from when Dad left. She wrote about revenge, too, about making him pay. But in the end, she chose to let go, to build something new instead. And look how well that turned out. I pull away. She died alone. No, she died at peace. There's a difference. As the guard leads me back to my cell, I think about peace, about revenge, about the thin line between justice and vengeance. In my cell, a letter waits on my bunk. Mia's handwriting. I almost throw it away, but something stops me. I loved him, she writes. Maybe not at first, when it was just about exposing you. But I loved Ryan, and now I've lost him too. So I guess we're even. We both lost everything we tried to protect. Below her signature is a P.S. David's not as clean as he pretends. The new books don't quite balance either. I read it 3 times before flushing it down the toilet. That night I dream of the parking garage, of David falling, of Emma's disappointment, of Ryan's betrayal, of Mia's triumph turned to ashes. But mostly, I dream of balance sheets, of numbers that don't quite add up, of patterns hidden in plain sight. My lawyer visits the next morning. They're offering a deal. Testify about the original fraud, serve 5 years instead of 15. Tell them no. Sutton. Tell them I'll wait. I press my palm against the visiting room glass. Some games take time to play out. He sighs, gathering his papers. You're still thinking about revenge? No. I smile, thinking of Mia's letter, of Emma's revelation, of David's imperfect books. I'm thinking about justice, the slow kind. Because here's what they all forgot. I built an empire once. I can build another. And this time, I'll do it right. Not for revenge, not for power, for the truth. Back in my cell, I start writing. Not a confession, not an apology, but a map, a plan, a future. Because Emma was wrong about one thing. Mom didn't die at peace. She died with a secret smile and a hidden account in the Caymans that Dad never found. Some legacies aren't about revenge, they're about patience. And I've got nothing but time. The guard calls lights out. In the darkness, I trace numbers on my wall, building invisible empires, waiting for David's perfect game to show its flaws. After all, the best revenge isn't served cold, it's served balanced, to the penny.